Hi guys, it's Scott. We're back. Scott from scottmillerguitar.com. scottmillerguitar.com. Hey, thanks for tuning into this video, guys. Today we are doing major pentatonic. And I would ask you to go check out the major scale video that I did. I talk about the major scales and the four-step process. And that will give you a lot of answers because the major pentatonic is taken from the major scale. So if you have any questions about how to build a major scale, go check out that video. If you're ready to go, let's talk about the major pentatonic. And this will be super fast, super easy. If we said in the previous video, major scales have 7 notes, well, pentatonics, penta means 5, only have 5 notes. So let me give you, for example, I'm going to play for you just a one-string C major scale. Now, by the way, like I said in the other video on major scales, these videos are just to show you how to build a scale. It's not going to give you every single pattern. Other videos will give you that, okay? So I'm going to give you, for reference, a C major scale on the 5th string. We're going to go from the 3rd fret up to the 15th fret. The major scale formula goes whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, and also contains the 7 letters in our musical alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. The C scale is going to go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, whole, half, whole, half. Here it goes. Hopefully you're not saying, hey Scott, you're going too fast. If so, go check out the major scale video. But assuming you understand, yep, I got it, Scott, a C scale starts on C, it ended on C, it contained the letters C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and it followed an arrangement going whole, half, whole, half. That's a major scale, 7 notes. Let's talk about major pentatonic. When I ask a lot of students in my in-person lessons in Salt Lake, and I used to live in Mississippi and I would do the same there. Shout out to Jackson, Mississippi there, but now I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah. So I would ask students, how do you take this 7-note major scale and make it a 5-tone pentatonic? Like, which 2 notes do you drop? And they're like, I'm not sure. Do we just arbitrarily take out notes? Of course not. But I will give you a clue. What if I said to you, every major scale has 2 half steps in it, right? Because we said it goes whole, half, whole, half. So that's the first clue. I'm going to let you take out the E or the F in the first half step, and then the B or the C in the second half step. Now this I do humorously, trying to add some humor to my lessons. In person, I'll say, okay guys, in the key of C, out of B and C, which note should you keep? Everyone gets, I think we're going to keep the C in the key of C, right? So watch this. If I took C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, remember we're going to drop the B, okay? So I'm going to go directly, instead of going A, B, C, I'm just going to go A to C. So remember this, we have dropped the 7th note in the scale. Instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm just going to drop one of those notes right now. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, no 7. Let's go to the next half step, the 3 and 4. We have E and F. And then I ask students, which note should we keep, the E or the F? And it's around 50-50. Some say let's keep the E, some say let's keep the F, but then I ask them, guys, think about it. You're in the key of C, C major scale. What chord comes to mind? Which chord kind of represents the key? And they always say, oh, of course, the C major chord. Let's take a look at this basic C chord. If you play just the lowest 3 strings, you're going to have the answer, which note to keep, E or F. Watch this, C, E, G. Okay, I'm going to duplicate some notes up here. Instead of going C, E, G, I'll go C again and E again. Okay, guys, because you have an E in the C chord and the C chord represents the key of C, let's say we're going to keep the E note. Does that make sense? C, E, G, C, E. So if you have C, D, E, F, E, F, E, F, let's drop the F note. Let's keep the E. It's central to the key of C. It's super important. By the way, I do want to say something. When I'm teaching students about improvisation, I teach them a concept of avoid notes. I tell them if you're playing a solo, like a C major scale for instance, I tell them to be careful with the half steps. That's where you run into problems, meaning if I'm playing a chord, if you played a C note, an E note, or a G note, those notes are in the chord, so when you play the C, E, and G in your scale, they're going to obviously fit over that chord, right? But you have 4 other letters. What about the D note? Is it going to sound good over the C chord? Well, it's a whole step higher than the C, so it's safe. If I took the A note, it's a whole step higher than the G. Let me give you a good example here. I'll do it like this. It's also going to be safe, right? It's the half steps that are a problem. So if I play a C chord with an E in it and you play that F, that would be a problem. That's often called an avoid note. A better term Says Mark Levine in his awesome book, Jazz Theory, is handled with care notes, but it's not as catchy. So let's just be clear. I think it's a good idea, if you're playing a major scale, resolve the F to the E, or resolve the B to the C. You know, I'm not saying it's a rule you always, B has to go to C or F has to go to E, but I'm saying if you're playing an F, you can resolve it down or up. And why not resolve down in this case? And B has a natural push up to C. So if you're playing the B, resolve up to C. I'm just saying being careful with half steps in a scale, because if you put the E and F together, it's not too pretty, is it? If you put the B and C together, same thing. So let's be clear. We're taking a 7-note major scale. We're going to drop the F, the 4th, and we're going to drop the B, the 7th. You clear on that? So instead of going C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, we're going to keep the C, we're going to keep the D, we're going to keep the E, we're going to skip the F, okay? We're going to keep the G, we're going to keep the A, we're going to skip the B, and go to C. So this is what I want you to glean from this video. What is a major pentatonic? It's a 5-note scale based on a major scale, but it's simply a major scale, no 4th, no 7th. Is that clear? No 4th, no 7. And you can also say there's no half steps in it. So what is the formula for a major pentatonic? I'm going to show it to you, then we'll play it. It goes whole step, whole step, whole step and a half, whole step and a half. That's what I want you to glean. No half steps in a pentatonic, whole step and a half, whole step and a half. You could say numerically, instead of a major scale going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's simply 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, or it's a major scale, no 4th, no 7. There you go. So let's end this lesson by playing together. Let me give you the frets, and then we'll play together. 5th string, 3rd fret. Then we're going to go to the, it's all going to be on the same string, so I won't keep saying 5th string. We're going to do a 1-string scale so you can see the architecture of it. Okay, so you're going to go 5th string, 3rd fret, and then 5th fret, and then 7th fret, up to the 10, go to the 12, and then the 15. That's it, guys. Here we go. We're going to play half notes, strike the note, hold it for 2 counts, move to the next. Here it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 3, go to the 5, 7, up to 10, 12, and then 15. Stay on the 15, repeat it, go to the 12, go to the 10, down to the 7, down to the 5, and down to the 3. Okay, guys, I'd like you to join me if you've seen the major scale video and now the major pentatonic. Join me for the next, which is major blues. We're going to talk about this one. A little bit of minor blues mixed in there too. But also, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click subscribe. And then also, I wrote a free book, and by the time you're viewing this, maybe there's several ebooks to choose from. Click on the link below, scottmillerguitar.com. Click on it, get a free guitar ebook as a gift from me to you. Okay, guys, see you next time. Thanks a lot.